Hey students, today's lesson is on the circumference of composite figures. So let's start by defining a composite figure. Composite figures are shapes made up of triangles, squares, rectangles, semicircles, and other two-dimensional figures. So here's a couple examples. Here's a composite figure made up of a square and a triangle. Here's one made up of a rectangle and a semicircle. So we're going to go ahead and find the perimeter of some composite figures, so the distance all the way around the shape. And in our first example, we're going to do that using grid paper. So some of these lines are right along the edge of a line. So we can count those sides really easily. Here, this side is 2, 6, 4, 6, and 2. These sides of our shape are a little bit harder because they go along a diagonal. So we're going to assume that, we'll estimate that this distance is about 1.5. So about 1.5 units if we're going across a diagonal. So we're going to find our perimeter by adding up 2 plus 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 2 plus 1.5 times however many squares we have at a diagonal. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1.5 times 8. So now we'll go ahead and simplify. So 2 plus 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 2 is 20. Plus 1.5 times 8 would be 12. So that gives us a perimeter of 32 units. All right, let's look at another example. Here we see we have a curved edge. We have this semicircle and a triangle. So now we know we're going to need to use our circumference formula, but we're only going to need half of the circumference because we have a half of a circle, and then we're going to need to add on the two sides of the triangle that are on the outside of this shape. So let's go ahead and set this up as perimeter equals 1/2 of pi times the diameter. We have the diameter is 10 plus 8 plus 6, since those are our extra sides. Now we'll go ahead and fill in what we know. So the perimeter is 1/2. We can use 3.14 for pi. The diameter is 10 plus, we'll go ahead and combine our like terms here to make 14. And then perimeter equals, let's see, 3.14 times 10 is 31.4. Half of that would be 15.7 plus 14. Our perimeter is 29.7 feet. All right, let's go ahead and look at one more example. Here we have this running track that's made up of a rectangle and two semicircles, and we want to find the perimeter. So I'm going to go ahead and write that our perimeter, we have two semicircles, so there's 2 of them, but each semicircle is 1/2 of 2 pi r. Okay, so 2 pi r is our circumference. We're taking half of that because it's a semicircle, but we're also multiplying it by 2 because there's 2 of them. Plus these 2 long edges of the rectangle, which are each 100. So I'm going to write 100 plus another 100. Now, as I simplify this, 2 times 1/2 is 1, right? So I'm left with 2 times pi, and I'll use 3.14, times the radius, which is 32, plus I'll go ahead and combine this to get 200. Now I can put this in my calculator. 2 times 3.14 times 32 is 200.96 plus our 200 for the straight edges. So my total perimeter of this composite shape is 400.96 meters. All right, that's it. Go ahead and try a few on your own. I'll see you soon.